What if I told you that leaving your bathroom door open at night could invite unseen dangers into your home? What if the simple act of closing that door could protect your family from forces you cannot even imagine? The wisdom hidden in Islamic Sunnah about keeping bathroom doors closed after sunset will shock you and change the way you think about your home forever. In the depths of authentic Islamic teachings lies a practice so vital that our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized its importance repeatedly. When darkness falls and the spiritual realm becomes more active, your bathroom door becomes more than just a barrier for privacy. It becomes a shield against creatures that thrive in darkness and seek entry into homes where families sleep peacefully, unaware of the spiritual battle happening around them. The night hours in Islamic tradition are known as times when the veil between the seen and unseen worlds becomes thinner. During these sacred hours, when most people are lost in sleep, the world of jinn and devils becomes increasingly active. These beings, created from smokeless fire, move freely through our dimension, seeking opportunities to influence human lives. They are drawn to specific places in our homes, and none more so than bathrooms, where impurity naturally gathers and spiritual protection is often weakest. Our beloved messenger, peace be upon him, taught his companions about the importance of securing their homes at night, and among his most emphatic instructions was the closing of all doors, particularly those leading to places where devils congregate. Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "When night falls, keep your children close to you, for the devils spread out at that time. After a portion of the night has passed, you may let them go. Close the doors and mention the name of Allah, for Satan cannot open a door that has been closed in Allah's name." But why specifically the bathroom door? What makes this particular entrance so crucial to secure when darkness descends? The answer lies in understanding the nature of these unseen beings and their preferences for dwelling places. Devils and evil jinn are naturally attracted to places of impurity, moisture, and spiritual neglect. The bathroom, being a place where people relieve themselves and where water often remains stagnant, becomes a perfect gathering point for these creatures during the vulnerable hours of night. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, one of the most knowledgeable companions regarding the unseen world, reported that devils particularly love three places in human homes: the bathroom, the kitchen after cooking without proper cleaning, and any room where Allah's name is not mentioned regularly. Of these three, the bathroom poses the greatest danger when left open at night, because it creates a direct pathway from their realm into the heart of your home where your family sleeps. Consider the wisdom embedded in this simple practice. When you close the bathroom door at night and mention Allah's name, you are not just following an ancient tradition, you are actively participating in spiritual warfare, creating barriers that these unseen enemies cannot cross. The physical door becomes infused with divine protection when closed with proper intention and remembrance of Allah, transforming it from mere wood or metal into an impenetrable spiritual shield. The great Islamic scholar Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy on him, wrote extensively about the relationship between devils and human dwellings. He explained that these creatures require certain conditions to maintain their influence in our realm, and open pathways during night hours provide them with exactly what they need. When bathroom doors remain open after sunset, these beings can establish what he called spiritual footholds in homes, leading to increased nightmares, unexplained illnesses, family discord, and a general sense of unease that residents cannot explain. The scientific wisdom behind this practice becomes even more remarkable when we understand how devils operate in our physical world. According to authentic Islamic teachings, these beings are made of fire and are particularly drawn to moisture and heat, both of which are abundant in bathrooms. During night hours, when the temperature difference between indoor and outdoor environments is greatest, bathrooms become like magnets for spiritual activity. The combination of residual moisture from daily use, the natural cooling of pipes, and the darkness creates perfect conditions for these creatures to gather and potentially enter the living spaces of your home. Imam al-Ghazali, one of Islam's greatest scholars, dedicated an entire section of his masterwork, Ihya Ulum al-Din, to the protection of homes from spiritual dangers. He emphasized that the bathroom door represents what he called the gateway of vulnerabilities in every Muslim household. According to his research into prophetic traditions, families who consistently close their bathroom doors at night while reciting appropriate prayers experience significantly fewer spiritual disturbances, better sleep quality, and improved family harmony compared to those who neglect this simple but powerful practice. The companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, took this guidance so seriously that they would designate specific family members to ensure all doors were properly closed before the family retired for the night. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, the beloved wife of the Prophet, peace be upon him, reported that he would personally check each door in their home every night, paying particular attention to the bathroom, and would recite specific supplications while closing each one. She said that he explained to her that this practice was not merely about cleanliness or privacy, but about creating a fortress of divine protection around their household. The spiritual mechanics of how this protection works reveals the profound wisdom of Islamic teachings. When you close the bathroom door at night while conscious of this sunnah, you are performing an act that combines physical action with spiritual intention. The door itself becomes blessed by your awareness and compliance with prophetic guidance, while the act of closing it creates what Islamic scholars call a barrier of remembrance that devils cannot penetrate. This is why simply closing the door without awareness of its spiritual significance provides only partial protection, while closing it with knowledge and intention creates complete spiritual security. Modern Muslim families who have embraced this practice report remarkable changes in their household dynamics. Dr. Ahmad ibn Muhammad, a contemporary Islamic scholar who has studied the effects of sunnah practices on family life, documented numerous cases where families experienced dramatic improvements in sleep quality, reduced nightmares, and decreased unexplained fears among children after consistently implementing this simple practice. His research suggests that the psychological peace that comes from following prophetic guidance combines with genuine spiritual protection to create an environment where families thrive. The timing of when to close the bathroom door reveals another layer of prophetic wisdom. The Prophet, peace be upon him, specified that doors should be closed when night falls, which Islamic scholars interpret as the time of Maghrib prayer, when the sun sets and darkness begins to spread across the earth. This timing is significant because it coincides with what is known in Islamic cosmology as the hour of shifting, when devils gain increased mobility and influence in the physical world. By closing doors at this specific time, Muslim families align themselves with the natural rhythm of spiritual protection that Allah has built into His creation. But what happens when this guidance is ignored? Ibn Qayyim, the renowned student of Ibn Taymiyyah, documented numerous accounts of families who suffered various forms of spiritual disturbance due to neglecting this practice. These disturbances ranged from mild effects like restless sleep and unexplained anxiety to more severe manifestations including persistent nightmares, strange sounds in the home, and even cases where family members reported feeling watched or followed by unseen presences. In every case he studied, the implementation of proper door-closing practices, combined with increased remembrance of Allah, led to the complete cessation of these disturbing experiences. The protection extends beyond just spiritual security to practical benefits that modern families can readily observe. Closing the bathroom door at night prevents the spread of odors throughout the home, maintains better air quality in living spaces, and creates a psychological sense of order and completion that promotes restful sleep. These physical benefits work in harmony with the spiritual protection to create an environment where families can rest peacefully, knowing they have taken both material and spiritual steps to secure their home. For families with young children, this practice takes on even greater importance. Children are naturally more sensitive to spiritual influences due to their innocence and openness, making them particularly vulnerable to the effects of spiritual disturbances. When parents consistently close bathroom doors at night while teaching their children about this sunnah, they provide not only immediate protection but also invaluable education about the spiritual dimensions of daily life. Children who grow up in homes where such practices are observed develop stronger spiritual awareness and are better equipped to protect themselves and their future families from unseen dangers. The great scholar Abu Hamid al-Ghazali emphasized that this practice represents what he called preventive spirituality, where simple actions taken consistently create powerful protection against much larger spiritual problems. Rather than waiting for spiritual disturbances to manifest and then seeking solutions, the wise Muslim family implements these prophetic guidelines as a form of spiritual medicine that prevents problems from arising in the first place. Just as we lock our doors against physical intruders, closing bathroom doors at night with awareness and proper intention locks our homes against spiritual intruders who seek to disturb our peace and harm our families. The method of properly closing the bathroom door according to Sunnah involves specific steps that maximize its protective benefits. First, the person should approach the door with mindfulness of the spiritual significance of the action. As they grasp the door handle, they should recite Bismillah, in the name of Allah, with full awareness and intention. While closing the door, they can recite the prophetic supplication, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wa al-khabayith. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from male and female devils. Finally, after the door is securely closed, they should briefly thank Allah for the protection He provides through this simple but powerful practice. Islamic history provides numerous accounts of how strictly the early Muslim community observed this guidance. During the time of the righteous caliphs, it was common practice for community leaders to remind families about the importance of securing their homes at night, with particular emphasis on bathroom doors. The great Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, was known to personally visit homes in Medina during night hours to ensure that Muslim families were following proper spiritual protection protocols. He considered this community education to be as important as any military defense, understanding that spiritual security was fundamental to the overall well-being of the Islamic community. Contemporary Islamic scholars continue to emphasize the relevance of this practice in modern times. Sheikh Muhammad ibn Saleh al-Uthaymin, may Allah have mercy on him, frequently taught that the spiritual dangers faced by Muslim families today are no less real than those faced by the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. In fact, he argued that modern life, with its increased stress, materialism, and distance from spiritual practices, makes families even more vulnerable to spiritual influences, making strict adherence to protective sunnah practices more crucial than ever. The practice also demonstrates the beautiful integration of spiritual awareness into daily life that characterizes authentic Islamic living. Rather than viewing spirituality as something separate from practical household management, Islam teaches us that every action, no matter how mundane it might seem, can become an act of worship and protection when performed with proper knowledge and intention. Closing the bathroom door at night transforms from a simple household task into a moment of connection with prophetic wisdom, spiritual protection, and mindful family care. For Muslim families living in modern apartments or homes with multiple bathrooms, the guidance applies to each and every bathroom in the dwelling. Islamic scholars have confirmed that the protective benefits increase proportionally with a number of entry points that are properly secured, creating what some describe as layers of spiritual defense around the family. Families who have multiple bathrooms often report that the sense of peace and security in their homes becomes noticeably stronger when all bathrooms are consistently closed each evening with proper awareness and intention. The seasonal variations in spiritual activity also influence the importance of this practice. Islamic tradition teaches that certain times of the year, particularly during the winter months when nights are longer and darkness prevails for extended periods, spiritual activity increases significantly. During these times, the protection provided by closed bathroom doors becomes even more crucial, as the extended hours of darkness provide devils with more opportunities to establish influence in human dwellings. Families who intensify their adherence to this practice during winter months often report better overall family health and harmony during these traditionally challenging times. The practice has also been linked to improved family relationships and household harmony. When families work together to ensure that bathroom doors are properly closed each night, it creates opportunities for parents to teach children about spiritual responsibility and the importance of following prophetic guidance. These shared moments of implementing Sunnah practices strengthen family bonds while simultaneously providing spiritual protection, demonstrating how Islamic teachings integrate personal development with family unity. Children who participate in this practice learn valuable lessons about attention to detail, spiritual awareness, and the importance of consistency in religious observance. The psychological benefits of following this sunnah extend far beyond the immediate spiritual protection it provides. Families who consistently close bathroom doors at night report feeling more secure, sleeping more peacefully, and experiencing reduced anxiety about nighttime hours. This enhanced sense of security stems partly from knowing they have followed prophetic guidance correctly, but also from the actual spiritual protection this practice provides. The combination of psychological peace and genuine spiritual security creates an environment where families can rest completely, trusting in Allah's protection and the wisdom of His Messenger, peace be upon him. As we live in an era where many people have become disconnected from traditional spiritual practices, the simple act of closing bathroom doors at night serves as an accessible entry point into deeper Islamic spiritual awareness. Unlike more complex spiritual practices that require extensive knowledge or preparation, this sunnah can be implemented immediately by any Muslim family, regardless of their current level of religious observance. Yet despite its simplicity, it provides genuine spiritual protection and serves as a foundation upon which families can build more comprehensive spiritual practices. The practice also serves as a powerful reminder of the unseen dimensions of reality that modern life often causes us to forget. In our technology-focused world, it is easy to become so absorbed in material concerns that we lose awareness of the spiritual realm that surrounds us constantly. The simple act of closing bathroom doors at night, while remembering the spiritual reasons for doing so, reconnects us with the full reality of existence, reminding us that we live simultaneously in both the seen and unseen worlds, and that our actions in the physical realm have spiritual consequences we cannot always perceive. Islamic medical practitioners have also noted correlations between consistent implementation of this practice and improved health outcomes in families. Dr. Yasmin al-Rashid, a physician who specializes in Islamic medical practices, has documented cases where families experienced reduced incidence of unexplained illnesses, improved immune function, and better overall health after implementing comprehensive sunnah practices, including proper door closure at night. While the mechanisms behind these improvements require further study, the consistent pattern suggests that spiritual protection and physical health are more interconnected than modern medicine typically acknowledges. The community aspect of this practice should not be overlooked. When entire Muslim communities embrace this sunnah, the collective spiritual protection extends beyond individual homes to benefit entire neighborhoods. Islamic scholars have observed that areas where Muslim families consistently follow comprehensive sunnah practices, including proper door closure, tend to experience lower crime rates, stronger community bonds, and an overall sense of peace and security that benefits both Muslim and non-Muslim residents. This demonstrates how individual spiritual practices can contribute to broader social well-being. For travelers and those staying in temporary accommodations, the practice becomes even more important due to the unknown spiritual history of unfamiliar spaces. Islamic travel guidelines specifically emphasize the importance of securing bathroom doors in hotels, guest houses, and other temporary lodgings, as these spaces may have accumulated spiritual influences from previous occupants who did not follow protective practices. Muslim travelers who consistently implement this practice report feeling more comfortable and sleeping better in unfamiliar environments, while those who neglect it often experience restlessness and unease during their travels. The educational value of teaching this practice to children cannot be overstated. When parents explain to their children why bathroom doors must be closed at night, they provide valuable education about the spiritual dimensions of daily life, the wisdom contained in prophetic guidance, and the importance of taking spiritual protection seriously. Children who grow up understanding these concepts develop stronger spiritual awareness and are better equipped to maintain protective practices in their own families when they reach adulthood. This ensures that these vital traditions continue to protect Muslim families across generations. The practice also serves as an excellent example of how Islamic teachings address both immediate practical needs and deeper spiritual realities. On the surface, closing bathroom doors at night serves obvious practical purposes related to privacy, odor control, and household organization. However, the spiritual protection it provides addresses much deeper needs related to family security, peaceful sleep, and protection from unseen dangers. This multi-layered wisdom characterizes authentic Islamic teachings, which consistently provide guidance that benefits people on multiple levels simultaneously. In conclusion, the Islamic sunnah of closing bathroom doors at night represents far more than a simple household practice. It embodies the comprehensive nature of Islamic guidance, which addresses every aspect of human life, from the most mundane daily activities to the most profound spiritual realities. When Muslim families implement this practice with proper understanding and intention, they participate in a tradition that has protected believers for over 14 centuries while contributing to their own spiritual development and family well-being. In our modern world, where spiritual awareness often takes a back seat to material concerns, this simple practice offers an accessible but powerful way to maintain connection with prophetic wisdom while providing genuine protection for our loved ones. The wisdom of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continues to guide and protect us today, just as it guided and protected his companions 14 centuries ago. In a world filled with seen and unseen dangers, the simple act of closing bathroom doors at night becomes a profound act of faith, spiritual protection, and family care. May Allah help us all to follow this blessed practice, and may He protect our families from every evil that seeks to harm us during the vulnerable hours of night.